Gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll. We get ready to set these drivers loose for another wild evening of racing action here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Y'all know what to do, baby! Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, baby! Oh, this is going to be one amazing show these drivers are about to put on for us. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh! Woo!
Left and I lost it.
Oh!
I throw my heart in the middle of the mosh pit.
Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. It is the Saturday Night Super Series. This is just a fun run here. The boys want to put something on, and they're putting on a great show because there is some big names, some major players, and some wicked iRacers in this server, ready to rock and roll, ready to go to battle, ready to duke it out here in this one. So if you came here for a show, well, here you go, as this is going to be an amazing race, and these guys are going to put on one hell of a show. Yo, Zane Lemire coming in, says, boom, what's good, Zane? Zane coming in, hitting that sub button over on YouTube, becoming a brand new subscriber over on the YouTube channel. I appreciate you, Zane. How you doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful weekend. As we're gonna get ready, set them loose here. Heat race number one already about to get onto the racetrack here. Jumping right into the action as heat race number one gonna roll out here and ready to rock and roll. My boy Scotty Dobbs, Mr. Dobbs coming in, showing the love. What's good, Scott? Scott coming in, smashing that thumbs up on the stream. How are you, Scott? Scott coming in, showing the love here in this one. If you guys are just tuning in, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button if you haven't already, as we're going to get ready to set these drivers loose here for heat race number one. Heat race number one about to get underway. Doug Dobbs coming in with the like on the stream. My boy Brian Wax coming in, showing the love with the like as well, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here. Heat race number one about to get underway, and it looks like our pole sitter be missing the start here of this one. Is starting on the outside of the front row. It is the 91 machine. That is the Grip Hackney Live. Number 91, the House of Speed machine, the Pop of Mike Promotions ride. That is Keith Hackney starting there in second. But moving up here, starting in that top spot now in the pole position, it's the 25 ride of Chris Haggard. Starting in position number 3 in the 39, that is Noah Hughes into his outside. In the House of Speed, NLR, Pop of Mike Promotions, and number 84, that is Bryce Dickinson. Starting in position number 5 on the racetrack in the 00, that is Nathaniel Myers into his outside. In the 3D Racing House of Speed, number 77, that is Warren Samoy. Starting in position number 7 in the 07, that is Jackson Murad in his outside. In the 34 ride, that is Brandon Shantz. And bringing up the rear of the field in the 41 machine, that is BJ Goodnight, as no one's saying goodnight yet here in this one, but Goodnight looking to have himself a good night here in this one, as we're going to get ready to rock and roll. We're going to get ready to set them loose. Our first heat race of the evening is underway. Quickly, Chris Haggard onto the loud pedal, looking to try to run away with it. There's some contact back there behind him. Around goes the 39, and the caution flag is going to fly. Nathaniel Myers getting a piece of that as well, almost going for a ride there. You'll see the 34 ride hard up into the outside fence here, as we'll take a look and see what happened. Noah Hughes in the 39 machine. Just unfortunately, I don't know if this was netcode or what this was, but they head down through corner number 1 and 2, and then just a little bit of contact right here, and it's just going to push that rear end of the 39 ride right around it. Unfortunately, nothing he can do. The 00 ride almost going for a wild ride down there in corner 1 and 2, as he almost goes upside down, almost goes for a crazy run right there. And then unfortunately, 34 ride of Brandon Schutz here, as Chance there in the 34 ride. Just looks like he's going to get up into the outside fence here. The caution flag has been displayed. Unfortunately, he's just going to send it in up on the high side, and the car just never turns, and straight up into the outside wall there for the 34 ride after the caution flag was already thrown. So we'll stack them up, rack them up, get ready to go back to green flag racing. Out in front, Chris Haggard leading the way. Keith Hackney, Bryce Dickinson right there behind him. Warren Samoy, BJ Goodnight already up inside the top 5, and Noah Hughes rounding out our top 6 here in this one. I do believe top 2 drivers. He broke something. He must have broke something. I don't know if it was his wheel or what, but something definitely got broken there for the for that poor 34 ride. Is out in front. It's Chris Haggard. Haggard leading the way here out in front, but not for long, as here comes Keith Hackney looking down to his inside. Hackney looking to try to jump up and take this lead away, as he's going to lead that lap, and he's going to take this lead and try to clear that 25 ride, because here comes BJ Goodnight in a quick hurry. Goodnight right there into position number 3, so Goodnight up 7 spots, started back in the 10th position, and here he is up inside the top 3. Needs to pick up one more position to punch his ticket into this A main feature event, or else he's going to be going to a consolation race. Only the top 2 will transfer. Everybody else will be going to the consies. BJ Goodnight, Bryce Dickinson, Noah Hughes rounding out our top 5 is Warren Samoy right there duking it out with them in the 77 right back there in position number 6 is some contact. Here comes Bryce Dickinson around the outside. BJ Goodnight gets into the 25 ride, and unfortunately for the 25 of Chris Haggard, he's going to slide all the way back to position number 6. BJ Goodnight's going to give up that second spot, or at least the positioning that he had for maybe jumping into the next round, as Bryce Dickinson saw his opportunity, jumped right up to the outside, and ran away with this second spot. So it's Keith Hackney out in front. Bryce Dickinson right there in position number 2, trying to chase him down, as BJ Goodnight's going to take his car fortunately down across the wall there and off the racetrack. So a tough break there for BJ Goodnight, but it's all Keith Hackney here in this one with a 1-second lead over his teammate in the House of Speed NLR. Papa Mike Promotions riding the 84 machine of Bryce Dickinson there in position number 2. Noah Hughes back there on the outside looking in of a transfer spot here in that 39 ride, as he's there in 3rd. Warren Samoy in 4th. Chris Haggard there in 5th, as the white flag has been displayed. So one more time around here for Keith Hackney. Hackney down the backstretch into quarter number 3. Nice and easy down and out at quarter number 4, as Keith Hackney is going to pick up heat race win number 1. Bryce Dickinson right there in that second and final transfer spot, as Hughes, Samoy, Haggard, Goodnight, Meyer, Schatz all going to the consolation races. So we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for heat race number 2. Heat race number 2 about to get underway as these drivers get loaded into the sim. Mama Bear coming in showing the love with that heart reaction. How are you, Mama Bear? Mama Bear coming in showing the love. Austin Wormuth coming in with the like on the stream as well, coming in showing the love, dropping that thumbs up. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button. If you're watching over on YouTube and you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button over there on the red site, as we continue to get bigger and bigger and try to hit our goal of 500 subscribers over on YouTube before the end of the year, and we're almost there. We're less than 50 subscribers away, so we're getting there, so close, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here. Heat race number 2 about to get underway. My boy Bubba over there on Twitch says, let's get some dirt, baby. Let's get it, Bubba. Let's get some dirt. You know it, brother. You know it. Nice job, Bryce, says Mama Bear. Absolutely great run right there for Bryce Dickinson, able to avoid the contact and work himself up into position number 2 there to punch his ticket into the A main feature event. As we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Starting on the pole here in heat race number 2. That is the 93 machine of Brett Caudill there in the top spot. To his outside in the 27 ride, that is Casey Morrell. Down inside of row number 2 is the House of Speed 3D Racing number B14. That is Brian Waxon. To his outside in the 21C machine, it's the Papa Mike Promotions. It's a different looking paint scheme here, but that is Charles Barnes there in position number 4. Wesley Lester, Patrick Lemire, Cruz Caudell, Christian Hanger and Joseph Brooks rounding out the field here in that 54 ride. 9 more drivers looking for 2 more transfer spots into this A main feature event. It's quickly Brett Caudill onto the loud pedal, looking to run away with this one. Casey Morrell back there in position number 2, trying to stay in that second and final transfer spot, but he's got some hungry drivers back there behind him as Brian Wax and Charles Barnes duke it out door to door here for position number 3. They see that 27 ride right there in front of them, knowing they got to get up and around that white and black ride to work themselves into the show here. The 11X ride of Charles Barnes up there on the high side, rolling around. Brian Wax here has the position, but slowly but surely up 5 spots already. The House of Speed number 55 ride of Cruz Caudill up inside the top 5. So back from position number 10 up into the top 5 here. Cruz Caudill on the move to the front of the field. Wesley Lester there in position number 6. Joseph Brooks up 4 spots there in position number 7. Patrick Lemire and Christian Hanger rounding out our top 9 here, as you do see Matthew Selby out there onto the racetrack. Selby in the Majula Say Speed Shop, Team CFM Esports, number 46 ride. Unfortunately, missed the start of this and is already a lap down, and a heartbreaker there for the 46 as Brett Caudill out in front, continuing to lead the way. Here comes Cruz Caudill continuing his march up towards the front of the field here as Cruz in the 55 ride working to the inside now, and Charles Barnes for position number 3. This is exactly what that 27 ride wants to see, as those two continue to duke it out back there behind him. But he sees that 55 ride and how he's been working himself up through the field here, up a lot of spots, and he's going to jump up and grab position number 3 away from Charles Barnes. Barnes going to try to battle back strong here on the outside, but down low it is the 55 ride of Cruz Caudill up into 3rd here, and he's not done yet as he's still trying to find a way underneath the 27 of Casey Morrell for that second and final transfer spot here into this A main feature event, as Brett Caudill out in front, continuing to lead the way, continuing to show these drivers how to get it done. And here we go, the doors open, the 55 ride, Cruz Caudill up into position number 2. Cruz making the move here as the 27 slips up the racetrack and right down to the bottom side. The 55 ride and the 21C of Charles Barnes trying to work themselves around the 27. One more lap left to go here for the 93 ride of Brett Caudill is nice and easy at a corner number 4. He's going to pick up the checkered flag, and Cruz Caudill from 10th to 2nd to punch his ticket into the A main feature event. What a run, what a drive right there for the 55 ride up into position number 2 here in our second heat race of the evening. What a run, what a drive right there for Cruz Caudill. So we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here. Heat race number 3 is about to get underway. Mama Bear is good. How are you, my boy? I am always doing good, Mama Bear. I'm always doing good, especially when we're live. We're watching dirt track racing. We're watching any type of racing. You know we're always doing good. We're always doing good, you know, when we get to, watch these boys go to work and if they're on the racetrack. Because we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for heat race number 3 from the beautiful Cedar Lake Speedway. As we'll get them lined up here behind our official iRacing pace car, starting on the pole in the 96 ride. That is Ben Florals. To his outside, supposed to be the 17 of Chase Pierce. It looks like Pierce going to miss the start here, so starting in position number 2 in the 20RT, the Ricky Thornton paint scheme there, that is Ken Wormuth. Starting in position number 3 in the 310 machine, that is William Findling. Into his outside in the 6 ride, the 06, that is Tommy Bush in the Tri-City Speed Machine. Down the inside, a row number 3 in the 11 ride. That is the Yates Racing Machine, the 11 of Shane Yates. Into his outside in the 3 machine, that is Steven Dombrowiski. As we're going to get him stacked up, racked up, ready to go. Ben Flores out in front here as Flores leads the way. The Heat Wave 96 ride looking to try to pick up his checkered flag. Zane is in my car tonight. Zane's in your car tonight. Okay. That's good to know, Pat. That's always good to know. Yes, it's always good when I get to watch all of my boys race. You know it, Mama Bear. It's always good to watch them out there on the racetrack, as we're going to go green flag racing it already. The 20 ride of Ken Wormuth losing traction down through 3 and 4. Cuts over the nose of, unfortunately, the 310 machine of William Feinling. Is Feinling just nowhere to go there, gets ran over. Ken Wormuth still trying to recollect this 20 machine, trying to get it pointed back in the right direction. As Ken out there in that 20 RT back into position number 5 as Flores leads the way. Tommy Bush in the 06 ride right there into position number 2. Steven Dombrowiski up into position number 3 in that 3 machine, as here you go, the 06. Tommy Bush looking down low, trying to find himself a way around that 96 ride, as the Heat Wave 96 ride going to slide back to position number 2 as we get a new race leader here in Heat Race number 3. Heat Race number 3 already coming with some action here, as unfortunately Chris Hill, Tyler Bays, Chase Pierce, Miles Jensen, and Eddie Richards the third all missed the start here of this one, but it's all Tommy Bush out in front as Bush continuing to lead the way. Here comes Ben Flores there in position number 2. You see Shane Yates trying to get wound up here on the high side, trying to find something, trying to find a way up inside the top 2 here to work himself into this A main feature event. He's getting closer and closer to the back bumper of that 3 machine as the 3 machine starting to reel in our second place driver, the 96 of Ben Flores. Is Flores there in that second spot, going to try to hold him off, and that's exactly what Tommy Bush wants to see. Is a gap now between himself and the 96 ride, and the 96 going to have to try to beat and bang and battle for that second spot on the racetrack, which may allow the 06 ride to pull even farther away. As Tommy Bush out in front, the 96 right there in second. Here comes Shane Yates looking down low underneath the 3 machine as he's trying to work himself up inside the top 2, as only the top 2 drivers will advance into the A main feature event. Everybody else will be going to the consolation races. The 11 of Yates still trying to hang on there to position number 4. Unfortunately, nothing biting here for the 11 riders. He's still trying to hunt down the 96 and the 3 machine. But out in front, seeing the white flag fly, it's the 06. It's the Tri-City Speed Machine of Tommy Bush, as Bush out in front down the backstretch here for the final time in Heat Race number 3. Nice and easy out of quarter number 4 as he's going to see the checker flag fly, and he's going to pick up Heat Race win number 3 on the evening. Ben Flores there in position number 2, going to punch his ticket into the A main feature event. That means Dombrowiski, Yates, Feinling, Wormuth, Hill, and everybody else will be going to the consolation races. So we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for Heat Race number 4. We're not done yet. Heat Race number 4 about to get underway here as these drivers going to get loaded into the sim and ready to rock and roll here in this one. We'll wait for all these drivers to load into the sim. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're enjoying the racing action, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button, or subscribe button if you're watching over on YouTube, as my boy Bubba says, in a pick-up Cup BRB. Oh my gosh, little cup car race. I like that. Yeah, what's good? Aaron M29. Aaron M29 coming in showing the love. What's good, brother? How are you? How you doing? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. So we'll get them stacked up and ready to go here. Heat Race number 4 on the racetrack. Starting on the pole position in the number 3 machine, that is Ian Lindell. To his outside in the 1 ride, that is Rick Salter. Starting in position number 3 in the 3D Racing House of Speed number 29 ride, that is Scott Dobson. To his outside in the 32, that is Christopher Joy. Bringing up the rear of the field here in the 11 ride, that is Jaden Russell. So we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Unfortunately, Brock Ellis, Cam Harris, Evan Olivier, RJ Smith, Easton Hunter, and Casey Manor all missing the start here of this one. As we're going to go quickly to green flag racing, the 3 ride of Ian Lindell out in front. Rick Salter right there trying to hang on to position number 2. But here comes Scott Dobbs. Scotty Dobbs down low, going to work himself up into that second spot. He's got Christopher Joy right there with him as the 1 ride goes up the racetrack to 29. And the 32 going to work themselves right underneath of them and try to pull away. The 11 ride almost losing it there in quarter number 2, able to keep it together and keep on rolling here. Unfortunately, starting to lose touch with that lead pack. Is out in front it's Ian Lindell. Lindell continuing to lead the way here in this one, but here comes Scott Dobbs, starting to put the pressure on the back bumper of that 3 machine as he's still getting pressure from the 32 with Christopher Joy. Is Joy right there in position number 3, and he's looking mean out there on the racetrack as the 3 ride gets really loose. There they go, 3 wide down the backstretch. 3 wide here through quarter number 3 and out of quarter number 4. We're going to see a new race leader. It's the 29, and Scott Dobbs is going to jump up and take this lead away. So move Dobbs to the point, but he's got Christopher Joy down to his inside as Joy looking to try to maybe jump up and take that top spot away from him as they're going to go door to door across the start finish line. Scott Dobbs still edging out in front ever so slightly. That 3 machine of Ian Lindell not giving up, hanging on right there in position number 3. If anything was to happen between the 2 cars in front of him, he's right there ready to pounce as we get a new race leader. Christopher Joy that time by the start finish line going to lead that lap. So the 32 of Joy out in front is Scott Dobbs still battling door to door with him here on the outside of that 32 machine for the top spot. The 3 machine of Ian Lindell right there in position number 3. Rick Salter there in position number 4. Here comes Jaden Russell back there in the 5th position. As unfortunately Casey Manor, RJ Smith, Evan Olivier, Easton Hunter, Brock Ellis, and Cam Harris all not making the start of this race, but out in front, it's Christopher Joy leading the way here. Scott Dobbs back to position number 2. Knows he's got to hang on to this second and final transfer spot to punch his ticket into the A-Main feature event. Can't let that 3 ride get around him here as he's got to try to hang on to it for one more lap. It's the white flag has been displayed. So down through quarter number 3 and out of quarter number 4, the 32 of Christopher Joy is going to pick up heat race win number 4 here on the evening. Scott Dobbs there in second, Lindell, Salter, and Russell rounding out our top 5 there in our first heat race of the evening as we're going to get ready for our consolation race here. I believe our first Consi top 12 drivers are going to advance. Everybody else will unfortunately be loading up the sim and headed home early here, unfortunately, for any of these other drivers that aren't going to be out there on the racetrack, but we'll see how many get loaded in here for this Consi, and we'll get ready to set them loose here for our first consolation race. My boy Blake Doyle says, I heart Peacemaker Gaming. Oh my gosh, Blake, my boy, I heart you. I heart Blake Doyle. Blake coming in, showing the love. Coming in, showing the love here in this one. Papa Mike. Michael Dickinson up in the chat as well. What's good, Papa Mike? Papa Mike with the like and the share. Blake Doyle with that heart reaction up in here as well. Doug Dobbs says, good job, Scott. Great run right there for the 29 riders. We'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here. Our first consolation race of the evening is about to get underway as we'll get these drivers loaded into the sim and ready to rock and roll. Starting on the pole, it is the 3D Racing House of Speed number 77 ride of Warren Samoy to his outside. It is the 11 of Shane Yates. There we see the 25 ride of Chris Haggard in position number 3 with the 310 of William Feindling there in position number 4. The 39 ride of Noah Hughes there in position number 5 with the 5 machine. There to his outside, it's the Cocky Floyd Consulting number 5H. That is Chris Hill in position number 6 on the racetrack. There you see BJ Goodnight in 7th. Braden Shantz there in position number 8. And unfortunately for everybody else, no one else making the start of this one. So all 8 drivers will punch their ticket into this A-Main feature event. No one else is going to miss out on this one. Let's go. Chris Hill says, Blake Doyle. My boy Jeff Dickinson coming in with the like on the stream. What's good, Jeff? How are you? Jeff coming in showing the love here in this one as well. As we're going to go green flag racing here once again from the beautiful Cedar Lake Speedway. Quickly, Warren Samoy on the loud pedal here. Shane Yates right there in position number 2, trying to hang on to that second spot. Is the 310 of William Feindling there to his back bumper, almost getting a piece of that 11 machine of Yates. Is the Yates Racing ride trying to hang on here, trying to keep that car pointing the right direction and keep on rolling here in position number 2. Luckily enough, all 8 drivers, after taking that green flag, will punch their ticket into the A-Main feature event. Nobody's going to miss out on starting this one. Yep, Denisha Sibley coming in, showing the love. Denisha coming in, smashing that like on the stream. Brett Cottill coming in with that like on the stream as well. How are ya, Brett? How are ya, Denisha? Coming in, showing the love here in this one. It's out in front. Warren Samoy leading this consolation race. Shane Yates right down to his inside here as here comes William Feinling there in position number 3. Chris Haggard there in position number 4. Noah Hughes, BJ Goodnight, Chris Hill, and Braden Shantz rounding out our top 8 here in this one as all 8 drivers will work themselves into the show here. We got a battle at the front of the field. Shane Yates down low trying to jump up and take this spot away. The 310 rider William Feinling is going to try to poke his nose in there as well. Almost taking him 3 wide there out at corner number 4 as great racing action here at the front of the field is the 11 of Shane Yates with a good run down through 1 and 2. He's going to jump up and clear that 77 ride. Warren Samoy. Samoy going to slide back now to position number 3. Some contact there in front of him. Yates in the 310 ride. William Feinling getting together there. Feinling almost spinning Yates around. They were both able to recollect their rides and keep on rocking and rolling here. Yates really had to keep his hands on the wheel there. Make sure he didn't make any mistakes. Unfortunately, that loss of momentum brought not only Warren Samoy back to their back bumper, but here comes Chris Haggard and Noah Hughes as well. BJ Goodnight right there in the 41 ride. Out in front, Shane Yates continuing to show them how to get it done. Here's the 310 machine, continues to nip at his heels here around the beautiful Cedar Lake Speedway. So we're going to take a quick little break here. Every one of these drivers is going to make it into the A-Main feature event. Nobody's going to be sent home early here in this one. Everyone is going to get into the show. No one is going to get sent home early here in this consolation race, but our second consolation race might be a little bit different. 4 more laps left to go here for Shane Yates as he's out in front, nice and easy, down through corner number 3 and out at corner number 4. He's going to see 3 more laps left to go here. Yates out in front, continuing to show these drivers how to get it done here tonight in this one. The 310 of William Feinling still there in position number 2. Warren Samoy, Chris Haggard, Noah Hughes rounding out our top 5 with BJ Goodnight, Braden Shantz, and Chris Hill rounding out the field. Is the 11 Yates down the backstretch into corner number 3, nice and easy, and out at corner number 4. He's going to see that white flag fly. Next time by. Nope. White flag was displayed there. It just did not show me the white flag. That's interesting. As the 25 rider Chris Haggard's going to go around, but Shane Yates down through corner number 3. Out at corner number 4, he's going to drag race with the 310 ride back down across the start-finish line as Shane Yates going to pick up the checkered flag here in our first consolation race. William Feinling, Warren Samoy, Noah Hughes, BJ Goodnight, Shantz, Hill, and Haggard rounding out our top 8 as all 8 drivers will punch their ticket into the A-Main feature event as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for our second consolation race of the evening. Our second conti about to get underway. So these drivers going to get loaded into the sim and ready to rock and roll here for our second B-Main of the evening. Woo! Man, it's already been a great show. These guys have been putting on a great battle here for us as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Starting on the pole here in heat race. Well, not heat race. B-Main consolation race number 2. That is the 11 ride of Charles Barnes. To his outside in the 3 machine, that is Ian Lindell. Starting in position number 3 in the number 27 ride, that is Casey Morrell, and to his outside in the 1 ride, that is Rick Salters. I'm not sure what just happened to Ian Lindell, but the 3 ride knows himself into the hit exit wall there. I'm not too sure what's going on there with the 3 ride, but we'll see if we can get him back into the lineup as B14 rider Brian Wax starting there in position number 5. To his outside, the 11 of Jaden Russell. And we see Wesley Lester, Joseph Brooks, Patrick Lemire, and Matthew Selby rounding out the field here. All these drivers looking to try to punch their ticket into the A-Main feature event as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here. Our Conti about to get underway. All right, as the green flag quickly into the air here for our second consolation race of the evening. luckily enough, all these drivers are going to work themselves into the show here. Not one of them are going to go home early after taking that green flag. They're all going to work themselves into this A main feature event as the top 12 transfer through. Only 10 cars took the green flag here in this cutscene. It's Charles Barnes out in front. Casey Morrell trying to jump up and make the move here around the one ride. The AMSOIL machine of Rick Salter, as Rick Salter there in seconds of contact back there behind him. Joseph Brooks trying to hang on to it there as Jaden Russell almost going around there on the front nose of him as, oh, some contact. The 11 ride with a busted up right front, could not turn, washes up the racetrack into the 3 ride. And unfortunately for Ian Lindell, he's taking his car down pit side here. And a heartbreaker for the 56. The 11 machine still rolling out there, but he's got some pretty heavy damage there on his car as well. He's going to take it down pit side. No caution flag. We keep on rolling. Out in front, Charles Barnes continuing to lead the way, but the battle's on here as they're 3 wide back there for third position, trying to duke it out here for the top 2. Some contact. Brian Wax almost going around here. Him and Corey Sibley tied together. Unfortunately, another driver up into the outside fence. That's Rick Salter. Salter hard up into the outside wall here. He's going to have to take his ride down pit side as well. Matthew Selby with some pretty heavy damage here as well in the 46. He's trying to turn left. Unfortunately, that car just wants to go dead straight, and he's got his hands full trying to work this car back down and into pit lane, or finishing off this consolation race. Either way, he's made it into the show here, but don't want to get stopped in front of the race leaders, or else that will throw the caution flag. As Charles Barnes out in front, continuing to lead the way now with a 2.2 second lead here over Casey Morales. Morale there in second. Here comes Brian Wax trying to jump up into position number 2 here as he's in third, and he's not done yet as he tries to work his way to the front of the field. Wesley Lester back there in position number 4 with Patrick Lemire there in position number 5. Selby there in 6, still rolling out there on the racetrack. Unfortunately, a ton of damage on that 46 ride and absolutely no speed as he's way off the pace, just rolling, cruising down around the bottom side of the racetrack. Is out in front, Charles Barnes continuing to lead the way here. Barnes looking to try to pick up the checkered flag here in this Consi. Brian Wax now up into position number 2 as he's worked himself around Casey Morrell there for position number 2 on the racetrack. Wesley Lester back there in position number 4, and Patrick Lemire is actually Zane Lemire. Zane in that number 85 ride here this evening. Zane in that number 85, rolling back there in position number 5, looking to punch himself into the A main feature event as out in front. Charles Barnes continuing to lead the way here. Barnes blazing fast here, almost out to a 3-second lead now. So he heads down the backstretch into corner number 3, nice and easy. And out of corner number 4 here, going to click off another lap, and the white flag is going to be displayed. So one more time around here for Charles Barnes to pick up the B main consolation race win and work himself into this A main feature event as Barnes down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4, Charles Barnes is going to pick up the consolation race win here in this B main. Brian Wax there in second, Casey Morrell, Wesley Lester, and Zane Lemire rounding out our top 5. Selby, Brooks, Salter, Russell, all going to make it into the show here as well, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for our A main feature event. These drivers are going to quickly jump out onto the racetrack here for a quick warm-up session as they're going to jump out there and make sure their cars are ready to rock and roll as they're all about to roll out onto the racetrack. There you go. You see them all coming off the exit there on the backstretch as they just funnel down through the field here, as we'll get a quick look at these drivers and what they're doing out there on the racetrack and how they're trying to roll this racetrack in, what they're doing for their setups, and we'll get ready for our A main feature event here in just a few more moments as they're going to get a quick little warm-up session. That's going to give me a quick little break where I can get warmed up myself and we can get ready for this A main feature event.
Repetition after repetition every day, but I just wanna start a fire, burning up all of the bridges that are in my way, fulfilling all of my desires. Wait, my selfish masquerade won't lot, not a little. It's true, I'm fine, but I'm lost in the rhythm. Revelation after revelation, I've survived. No, I just wanna go higher. Learning up from all the people that are in my life. I'll never wait to be inspired. Shame, we oversaturate our tiny brains with useless complications all the time. This is not a paradise. I get knocked down and I'm paralyzed. And lately I've been terrified, but I won't drown by my own device. I'm losing sight. A lot, not a little. It's true, I'm fine, but I'm lost in the rhythm. I'm lost in the rhythm. I'm lost in the rhythm. Today, oh, I'm sad today. What kind of world did we create? What kind of world did we create? This is not a paradise. I get knocked down and I'm paralyzed. And lately I've been terrified, but I won't drown by my own device. I'm losing sight. A lot, not a little. It's true, I'm fine, but I'm lost in the rhythm.
Time is running, we're far apart. I still got you, like from the start. Now we're nowhere near where the end could be. I love you, but you don't love me. We don't talk like we used to, and I hate that.
Yeah, we don't ever talk like we used to. You say you hate my guts and that I used you. But darling, let you go, I refuse to. I've been feeling dead inside, rather die than lose you. Everything we've been through, we have a connection. What's with your regression, hatred in your texting? I'm a person, don't treat me like your possession. Maybe we could be together in a new dimension. Maybe we could have a love without the deception, without all the stressing, without the depression. I need your attention, I'm in love recession. Baby, I need you to live, you are like my medicine.
We're far apart. I still got you, like from the start. Now we're nowhere near where the end could be. I love you, but you don't love me. We don't talk like we used to, and I hate that.
Yeah, do you remember when I took you to your favorite place? You said that you love me and I won't ever be replaced. Now those memories are something that I can't erase. Visions fucking haunt me, see the terror on my face, and I can't escape. I've been trying to run away from decisions that I made, demons that just always stay. I just wish you would display how you truly feel inside. I know that you miss me, but you're scared so you hide. Yeah, you hide behind the wall that you created, and an ego that's inflated, spending your nights getting faded. That ain't you, I think you're jaded. I can't help you and I hate it. You always at the club, I can tell that you're breaking down.
We're far apart. I still got you, like from the start. Now we're nowhere near where the end could be. I love you, but you don't love me. We don't talk like we used
I'm indebted. Yeah, yeah.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show? Well, here you go, as we're gonna get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go for our A-Main feature event. Our A-Main is about to get underway here from the beautiful Cedar Lake Speedway, as these drivers gonna get loaded into the sim and ready to be set loose. Starting on the pole in the 91 machine, that is Keith Hackney. In the Papa Mike Promotions Grip Hackney Live House of Speed ride, they are in the pole position. To his outside in the 93 machine, that is Brett Caudill. And starting in position number 3 in the 06 is the Tri-City Speed machine, that is Tommy Bush. Starting in position number 4 to his outside in the 32, that is Christopher Joy. And they're in position number 5 in the 84 ride. It's the House of Speed Warrior Raps Papa Mike Promotions NLR machine, that is Bryce Dickinson. To his outside in the 55 ride, that is Cruz Caudill. And down on the inside, a row number 4, it is the 96 of Ben Flores. And to his outside in the 29 ride, that is Scott Dobbs. Shane Yates, Charles Barnes round out our top 10 with William Feinling, Ryan Wax, Warren Samoy, Casey Morrell, Wesley Lester, Noah Hughes, Patrick Lemire, BJ Goodnight, Matthew Selby, Joseph Brooks, Braden Shantz, Chris Hill, Rick Salter, and Chris Haggard, rounding out our 24-car A-Main feature event. As we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you guys know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button, as we're going to go green flag racing here from Cedar Lake Speedway. Keith Hackney sees the green flag fly as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation. Hackney quickly out in front. Brett Caudill up on the extreme high side, looking for some big runs, trying to hunt down the NLR machine of Keith Hackney. Here comes the 06 and the 32. Joy and Bush right there in that 3rd and 4th position. They're going to go 3 wide here for position number 2 on the racetrack. 3 wide for that 2nd spot, as here comes Cruz Caudill, slowly but surely working himself up in around the 84 ride of Bryce Dickinson, as Cruz Caudill going to work himself inside the top 5. Dickinson still working down to his inside though. Here comes Scott Dobbs as well in the 29 ride, as he's there in position number 7, and he's looking for more here as he's trying to get the 29 ride up towards the front of the field. But we see a great looking racetrack here, a lot of 2-3 different lanes out there for all these drivers to keep on rocking and rolling and checking out all these different lanes, putting on a wicked show here for each and every one of us. He's doing a great job, but it's all Keith Hackney here leading the way, as Hackney out in front showing these drivers how to get it done is my boy Bubba coming in with the 100 bits over on YouTube, coming in setting it off with the 100 bit. He says, let's get some dirt, baby. Let's get some dirt. Bubba, my boy, how was your cup race? Hopefully it was good. Good to see you as well, coming in, showing the big love with the 100 bitty donation over there on YouTube. Miranda Bell coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream. How are you, Miranda? As Keith Hackney out in front, looking to try to run away with this one. Christopher Joy up into position number 2 here early on, as he's working himself up into that 2nd spot. Brett Caudill trying to hang on to 3rd. Here is Tommy Bush working to his inside. Bryce Dickinson still underneath the 55 ride of Cruz Caudill, but Caudill going to slide back now into that 6th spot, as Bryce Dickinson going to hang on here for position number 5 after a good hard-fought battle there with that 55 machine. Here comes Scott Dobbs. Scott Dobbs right there in position number 7. He's going to look down to the inside here of the 55 ride, trying to work himself up into position number 6 on the racetrack. Shane Yates there in 8th, Charles Barnes in 9th, and Ben Flores there in position number 10 on the racetrack. William Feinling, Matthew Selby there rounding out our top 12, as Selby up to 8 positions here on the racetrack. 8 spots early on here for the 46 ride. As he's up into that 12th position, we're going to see our first caution flag fly. Our first caution flag is going to come out here in this one. So unfortunately, looks like Noah Hughes going to go around, and unfortunately here for the Hughes ride, the 39 machine going to have some issues here. Take a look. 34 down underneath him. Looks like he's going to try to go for a little bit of a slide job that makes some contact, and then they're going to wash up the racetrack here. Still kind of glued together, and unfortunately, they kind of get tied together again. Bounces up into the outside fence. Nowhere to go here for Chris Haggard, as he does a great job to mostly avoid him. So doesn't the 54 of Joseph Brooks. But unfortunately for Noah Hughes, he's going to go around and he's going to bring out that first caution flag, as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here in this one. As out in front, it is all the number 91 rider, Keith Hackney's Hackney, continuing to lead the way, continuing to show these drivers how to get it done here in this one, as that 91 ride absolutely hooked up here this evening. But right there behind him, Christopher Joy doing a great job in position number 2. Red Goddale, Tommy Bush, Bryce Dickinson rounding out our top 5 here. These guys continue to put on a great show here for us, right from the drop of the green flag right down to this probable checkered flag. The racing action's just starting to heat up. Only 12 laps in of 65 here. A long race. Lots of time to work yourself up through the field here. Lots of time to try to keep those tires underneath of you. Last thing you want to do is burn your equipment up too early here, and that's definitely playing in the back of the mind here of a lot of these drivers. With a very, very slick racetrack, you got to be very careful with how much of your car you're using up here. Out in front, Keith Hackney back under the green flag conditions here, looking to try to open up a bit of a gap again between himself and the 32 ride. His cautions breed cautions, and we're going to see that caution flag come right back out here. We'll take a look. Looks like Wesley Lester having some issues here in the 36 ride down the bottom side of the racetrack. We'll take a look and see what happens between him and Chris Haggard. Is working the bottom side of the racetrack. Haggard looks like he may just send it in there a little bit too deep. Gets into the side of the 36. They get tied together and up and over him. Over the front nose there, unfortunately for the 85 ride. He gets collected in that as well. That Zane Lemire in the 85 machine just nowhere to go here, as he gets tied up in all of this action, and pretty heavy damage for both these rides, for all these rides. There you go, right there, and then just going to climb right over his front nose here in a second. There you go, up and over, and unfortunately, the one ride going to get a little piece there. Chris Haggard there as well. So we'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing with Keith Hackney out in front, continuing to lead the way, continuing to show these drivers how to get it done here in this one. Hackney still out in front of this field, showing them that he is the man to beat here this evening as he continues to lead the way. All right, Delaware file restarts. Here's Hackney on the front row all by his lonesome here, as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, ready to go. Down through quarter number 3 and out of quarter number 4. Hackney's looking for that green flag here once again, as he's going to put the hammer down and look to pull away here from the rest of the field. As Keith Hackney out in front, looking to try to pull away from us. They're all stacked up 2 by 2 by 2, all the way back there behind him. Some wicked racing action as Brett Caudill still trying to hang on to position number 4 right now, or 3 right now. As man, some great racing action right there behind him, as see the 84 rider Bryce Dickinson up into position number 4 here. He's trying to work himself up another couple spots here, as he would love to work himself inside the top 3. Tommy Bush right there in position number 5 as well. Shane Yates up into 6, as we're going to see the caution flag fly here once again. Unfortunately, caution flag coming back out as get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here in just another moment. We'll take a look back and see what brings out caution flag number 3. It looks like BJ Goodnight and the 54 rider Joseph Brooks coming together here. Goodnight and Brooks. Oh, a little bit of 3 wide here, almost 4 wide off the corner if things get tight. And unfortunately, the 41 ride with a little bit of contact into the 34, and they come together. He washes down the racetrack and over the nose there of that 54 ride of Joseph Brooks, as BJ heads down pit side. A tough break there for the 41 machine, as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. Out in front, Keith Hackney continuing to lead the way here in this one. As Hackney out in front, Christopher Joy in second, Brett Caudill, Bryce Dickinson, and Tommy Bush rounding out our top 5. All right, stacked up, racked up here once again, ready to rock and roll from Cedar Lake Speedway. Hackney looking for another perfect restart, looking for a good jump here on the rest of the field, trying to run away with this one as the green flag back out into the air. Hackney out in front, Christopher Joy, Brett Caudill trying to hunt him down as that number 91 ride's been tough to catch all evening long. Joy's been able to hang right there with him, but the challenge is going to be who's going to have equipment, who's going to have tires late in this race, as this race is going to be very, very long as they're only a little bit in as we see some more contact back here. 77 Warren Samoy, the 310 in there, a William Feinling. We also saw Scott Dobbs collected in that, the 34 ride in there, as well as the big one, a bit of a parking lot down here on the backstretch. As once again, cautions breeding cautions, and we see a big one back here. Scott Dobbs, unfortunately, looks to be the first driver to get collected here in this one, as we'll take a look and see what happens here to Scotty Dobbs. Just a little bit of 4 wide, 3 wide right there, and unfortunately just getting hit there in the right rear quarter panel, spins him up the racetrack into the outside fence there. I do believe that was the 46 of Matthew Selby that was getting a good piece of him there, and just unfortunately just nowhere to go. Some just good hard racing as Selby's trying to get down the racetrack to avoid the 310. The 310's trying to avoid the 11 ride, and then everyone else coming in there as well, and fortunately just good hard racing, and 310 hard up into the outside fence. So isn't Scott Dobbs. Warren Samoy right into the side of Dobbs there. And then everyone just stacks into that one. Zane Lemire in there, the 54, Joseph Brooks, and a ton of tore up race cars here on the backstretch. There's a bit of a parking lot back there as well. Get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. Keith Hackney once again looking for another good restart, looking to try to keep these drivers at bay as we got them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. All right, it's the green flag back out into the air here in this one. Quickly, Keith Hackney onto the lap pedal. Christopher Joy right there in second. Battle back there for position number 3 continues to rage on as Brett Caudill trying to hang on to that 3rd spot. But Bryce Dickinson right there trying to jump up and take that spot away from him. He's right there in position number 4, looking underneath of the 93 ride for position number 3. Some good hard racing here up at the front of the field as Matthew Selby now working underneath the 06 of Tommy Bush. Bush trying to hold off the 46 ride as Selby's worked himself up through the field here, up 15 positions in the 46 ride. Not done yet as he's looking to try to continue on up through the top 5 here. The caution flag going to come back out here in this one. The caution flag going to come flying here once again as we'll take another look back and see what happens here once again. I'm not sure what this caution flag may have been for. Not sure if maybe there was a car trying to come back onto the racetrack or not here. I'm not too sure. Take a look and see deeper in the field if something happened back here. 96 right getting hard up into the outside wall. It looks like Brian Wax going to get a piece of that one, but not sure what that caution flag was actually for there. Maybe someone trying to work themselves back onto the racetrack from down pit side. Because we'll stack them up, rack them up nonetheless here and go back to green flag racing in just a few more moments. Alrighty, as we'll get them lined up and ready to go. Keith Hackney once again out in front all by his lonesome here as everyone stacked up 2 by 2 by 2 back there behind him. We're going to see the green flag back out into the air, this time by. So Keith Hackney with another green flag up in the air here. Another restart, trying to run away with this race, trying to put this one to bed in a quick hurry, as he's right there in the top spot, looking very, very stout here all evening long. As, man, he's been putting on a heck of a show here for us. But right there behind him, Christopher Joy hanging on strong. Brett Caudill right there as well, as he's right there in position. Number 3 is up into the wall. Bryce Dickinson in there. Brett Caudill in there. I do believe we saw the 46 ride also collected in that one. Bryce Dickinson with some heavy damage here. 14 ride also getting collected in that. Some heavy carnage here in another parking lot down the back stretches. We'll take a look back and see what happens. Matthew Selby collected here in this one, as Selby working to the inside of the 93 ride. Just looks like running out of room here. Oh, I don't know. Oh, man. Maybe a little bit of net code there off Bryce Dickinson. Just looks like the 46 running up the racetrack here. Unfortunately, goes over the nose of the 84 of Bryce Dickinson. They kind of all just get tied together. Nowhere to go for Warren Samoy. Scott Dobbs in there. A bunch of other good cars tied up in that one, as well as again stacked back up, racked back up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here, as fortunately a bunch of drivers collected in that one. A lot of carnage, a lot of tore up race cars. We'll get them ready to go back to green flag racing here, as out in front, Keith Hackney continuing to lead the way here. Hackney out in front, showing them how to get it done here in this one, as and Hackney's been the reflection of perfection here all evening long, continuing to show these drivers how we can get it done here in this one. Bubba says finished 15th, or started 15th, finished in 4th. That's a hell of a run, brother. That's a heck of a run. It's back to green flag racing here in this one. Quickly, it is that number 91 rider, Keith Hackney, out in front, as Hackney continuing to lead the way here. Christopher Joy right there in position number 2, as Joy sticking right there with Hackney, staying right on his back bumper. As Hackney out in front, trying to keep these drivers all at bay, as great racing action around the track here. Everyone duking it out. We see Bryce Dickinson trying to hang on to position number 3 here. Unfortunately, some pretty good damage on the front end of that 84 ride. It's going to open up the bottom side here for Brandon Chance's chance. Down low in the number 34 machine, trying to jump up inside the top 5 here, as he's looking to work himself up into the show here, as well as great racing action all around the racetrack. These guys continue to put on a wicked race here for us. The caution flag going to come right back out here. Caution flag coming back out once again, as we'll take another look and see what happens. It looks like the 310 rider, William Feinling, unfortunately getting collected here, as Brian Wax right there in front of him. Matthew Selby right there as well. Looks like he's going to try to get down low, and Selby and Wax come together. Unfortunately, nowhere to go there for the 310 ride, as Selby goes upside down. A wild ride right there for Matthew Selby, as we'll jump right on board here with that number 46 ride, as working the outside here of the 14. Just unfortunately, they run out of room up into the outside fence, into the 310, down through the infield here, over the implement tires, and up on the 2 wheels, and up onto his lid, and a heartbreaker right there for that number 46 ride, as he was working himself a second time up through the field. As we'll stack him up, rack him up, and we're going to try this one all over again. Bubba says, I wish I could get the same situations in ORL races. Yeah, that would be nice. Unfortunately, man, those ORL races, man, they're tough. They're tough, man. There's some really good competition in those races, and trying to beat those guys on the pavement's definitely a hard thing to do. As we're going to go back to green flag racing. The green flag back out into the air here for that 91 rider, Keith Hackney. As Hackney leads the way, this field's starting to get a little bit more spread out, a little bit more thinned out here, as drivers leaving or getting removed from the session or anything else, and things coming to an end here for a few of them in a quick hurry. But out in front, it's still Keith Hackney, as he continues to lead the way, continues to show these drivers how to get it done here in this one. Hackney leads the way as right there in the top spot. Christopher Joy hanging tough right there in position number 2. Shane Yates now up into third here as Yates there in position number 3. The 34 and the 84 continue to duke it out right there for position number 4 behind him as he's trying to work himself. Bryce Dickinson with that damaged up number 84 ride. The House of Speed NLR machine in position number 5 now as the 34 going to work down through the inside there as Brandon Schatz up 15 positions into position number 4 here. Brett Goddell sliding back a spot here into position number 6, so he's down 3 spots on the day. Charles Barnes right there in 7th. Tommy Bush, Brian Wax, William Feinling all right there rounding out our top 10. Warren Samoy, some contact around goes Brian Wax. Wax up into the outside wall. There goes Warren Samoy going for a bit of a spill up into the pit entry, and the caution flag is going to fly here once again. The caution flag going to come back out here in this one as, fortunately for Brian Wax, him in the 310 ride making a little bit of contact here. He's going to spin the 14B machine around and fortunately pointing the wrong direction as Sims cruising through corner number 3 and 4, and as kind of work themselves through it. Just looks like the 310 kind of coming down, the 14 coming up, and unfortunately they run out of room, and over the nose goes the 14 ride over that 310 machine and up into the outside fence. Some heavy damage there for that number 14B machine as Warren Samoy also going for a spin. They're getting collected in that one as we'll stack them up, rack them up, get ready to go back to green flag racing. Hackney still out in front, continuing to lead the way here in a carnage-filled race as we're about to roll up to halfway in and halfway to go here in this one. Halfway in, halfway to the finish line as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to rock and roll here. Hackney out in front, a reflection of perfection here all evening long is when we get them fired up here. We're going to jump into a quick PeaceMaker Gaming crank it up. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers. We're going to crank it up here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Never mind, is the caution flag going to come right back out here in this one. Cautions breeding cautions again. Looks like Zane Lemire and Rick Salt are going to come together here to bring the caution flag right back out. As good look at these two. Just unfortunately, looks like the 85 trying to hang on to it here. Unfortunately, slides up into the one riding over his nose there, and they get tied together there in corner number 3. Caution flag is going to be displayed here once again, so we'll have to stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing as we'll get them ready to rock and roll here once again. As out in front, it's Keith Hackney continuing to lead the way as we'll continue with our PeaceMaker Gaming crank it up as we'll jump right on board here with the 21C at Charles Barnes and get a good look inside the driver's seat here of this 11 ride as we'll see what he sees here on this restart. Give it up for all these drivers here. A beautiful crank it up as these guys put on a wicked show for us. Out in front, Keith Hackney continuing to lead the way, but right there in position number 2, that is the 32 of Christopher Joy. Is Joy hanging tough right there in that second spot, looking underneath the 91 ride of Keith Hackney for the top spot. Hackney out in front, Christopher Joy in second, Shane Yates there in position number 3. Then you see the 93 of Brett Caudill back up into position number 4 and looking for more. Braden Chance there in position number 5 with Tommy Bush back there in position number 6. Warren Samoy in position number 7 in the 77 ride. Brian Wax in the 3D Racing ride, teammate there with the 77 in front of him. It's the P14 of Brian Wax there in position number 8, and Joseph Brooks bringing up the rear of the field here in the 54 ride there in position number 9. Unfortunately, Rick Salter down a lap there in the 1 ride. Bryce Dickinson off the racetrack. Charles Barnes, William Feindling, Patrick Lemire all off the track as well. As out in front, it's all Keith Hackney. As Hackney continuing to lead the way, continuing to show these drivers how to get it done here in this one. Keith out in front showing these drivers that he is the man to beat, but he's got his hands full as here comes Joy down to his inside. Christopher Joy looking to try to jump up and take this lead away from the 91 ride. Hackney's got his work cut out for him here in this one. Hackney looks like he's going to lose the edge as they go door to door down into corner number 3. Contact up into the outside wall goes Keith Hackney. Hackney hard up into the outside wall, and the caution flag is going to fly. A tore up 91 ride, and unfortunately, our race leader, Keith Hackney, going to go back behind the wall here to get some work done to his car. As man, oh man, what a hit right there for this 91 machine as they go door to door down the front back straightaway here. Just a little bit of contact right there. Unfortunately, that sends the 91 ride out of shape, slides up the racetrack, and then unfortunately slides all the way up hard into the outside wall. Some heavy damage there for that 91 machine, and you see that right front just absolutely busted up here, and a heartbreaker there for Keith Hackney as we'll get him stacked up and racked up, ready to go back to green flag racing. But we'll take another look back and see what happened here to this 91 ride and the 32. We'll take a look here on the chase cam, and let's go far chase, see what we can see here with this one. Right there's the contact. Unfortunately, just shoves the nose up of the 91 right into the outside fence, and some hard contact there for Hackney, and fortunately that may bring an end to his evening here in that 91 machine as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here in this one. Christopher Joy out in front. The 11 rider Shane Yates there in second. Brett Caudill in third. Tommy Bush in position number 4 and looking for more. Braden Chance there in position number 5. Warren Samoy, Brian Wax, Joseph Brooks rounding out our top 8. Unfortunately, looks like Keith Hackney still down pit side here, losing laps as he sits down there, and unfortunately that may take him out of contention here of this evening. So a tough break there for a very fast 91 car who's led so many laps here this evening. But out in front, seeing the green flag fly, the 32 ride of Christopher Joy, going to see that green flag into the air. Shane Yates right there in position number 2 now, as Yates in position number 2, looking very strong here in the later half of this race. Brett Caudill in position number 3 with Tommy Bush, Braden Schultz, and we see Warren Samoy, Brian Wax, and Joseph Brooks rounding out our top 8 as the 32 rider Joy has been right there on the back bumper of that 91 rider. Keith Hackney all evening long was able to get an open door and able to poke his nose in there. Unfortunately, the contact and the damage for that 91 ride taking him out of contention here in this one, but that's not going to stop this number 32 rider Christopher Joy from trying to pick up the checkered flag here this evening. As Joy out in front looking to try to get it done here with 8 laps left to go this time by the start finish line. So 8 more laps here for this number 32 rider as he's out in front looking to try to pick up the checkered flag, looking very strong here on the racetrack. Out in front, the 32 of Christopher Joy continuing to lead the way here. Joy very joyful right now as he's starting to open up a little bit of a lead here between himself and Shane Yates. As Yates right there in position number 2. Brett Condill there in third, trying to work himself around the 11 right of Yates back into that second spot on the racetrack. Tommy Bush in the 06 right there in the Tri-City Speed Machine in position number 4 and looking for more right there behind him. The 34 right of Braden Shantz right there in position number 5. Warren Samoy there in 6th. Brian Wax in 7th. Joseph Brooks rounding out our top 8 here in this one as great racing action all around the racetrack. Unfortunately, Rick Salter looks like he's taking his ride back down behind the wall as well. So out in front, no caution flag there for the one ride, having some issues on the racetrack. Out in front, Christopher Joy would not want to see a caution flag. He wants to see this one go green all the way down to the checkered here as down through quarter number 3 and out of quarter number 4. He's going to see 2 more laps left to go. 2 more laps left here for Christopher Joy. It's Joy nice and easy down through quarter number 1 and 2 and heads down into quarter number 3. Yates, Condill, Bush, Shantz trying to hunt him down as out of quarter number 4. The white flag has been displayed one more time around here for Christopher Joy. As Joy is going to lead him down the backstretch here for the final time this evening. From the beautiful Cedar Lake Speedway, Christopher Joy out of quarter number 4. He's going to see the checkered flag fly, and he's going to pick up the win here at Cedar Lake Speedway in the Saturday Night Super Series here with these amazing drivers. 32 of Christopher Joy is going to park that ride up here in victory lane. What a run, what a drive there for Christopher Joy as he's definitely joyful up there in victory lane. Shane Yates coming home here in position number 2 in the 93 of Brett Condill rounding out our podium here as Joy up there on the front stretch here up in victory lane. He's looking for a very good time down there in victory lane as we're going to get ready to pull our top 3 up into the broadcast booth here for some post-race interviews. Man, what a run, what a race, what a show right there by all these drivers, and Christopher Joy putting on a show here as he battled tough right there with Keith Hackney, lap after lap after lap, caution flag after caution flag, and hitting these restarts, sticking right there with the 91 ride. And then, unfortunately, there the contact between him and Keith down through corner number 3 that sent Keith up into the outside fence, and some heavy damage there for the 91 ride, taking him out of this race. But Christopher Joy able to hang on and keep that car pointed the right direction as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for our post-race interviews. I'm not sure these boys are in this Discord or not. We'll wait and see if we can get them in here for some post-race interviews. Not sure. Oh, I see Shane Yates. He's in my Discord, so I do see Yates in my Discord, but I don't know if I see Christopher Joy or Brett Condill in either of them. So I guess we'll pull in our second place finisher who's down here on the front stretch, the Yates Racing ride. Shane Yates, our second place finisher here into the broadcast booth. Is Yates waiting patiently? Let's pull him up into the broadcast booth. Nope, never mind. He disappeared from there. I don't know where Shane Yates disappeared to now either. There we go. I think I see Yates somewhere in here. I thought I did. Maybe not. Yep, there he is. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our second place finisher, Shane Yates here. We're going to pull Yates up into the broadcast booth here for his post-race interview here in this one. Hey, Shane, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Shane, man, what a run, what a race. Take us back through this one. A lot of carnage, a lot of tore-up race cars. You're able to keep the car pretty clean out there on the racetrack as the Mudslinger able to work himself through some traffic here up to the front of the field. Unfortunately, one spot shy of the checkered flag, but up here in position number 2 has got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it feels real good, man. I wish my car wasn't damaged. I was thinking about pitting, and, because I think it was when Matthew Selby got into Bryson. They hooked my right side of my car, and it gave me wheel damage. So something's messed up back there.
Thanks for speaking up, Chris.
I just wish my car was good, and I believe I might have had a chance to get it.
Absolutely, definitely an opportunity in a very, very fast car here this evening. Take us back through this race as, we saw this racetrack slicked off early on in this feature event, 65 laps. This is a lot of racing time out there on the racetrack with very, very slick track. How did you come into this race? What were you thinking? What was the game plan? And how did you get it done here? And how much tire did you have left there at the end? As I'm sure you guys were burning these things up with this track being so slick and so many laps.
Oh, I think it's very pops, to tell you the truth, because and usually I'm pretty good at saving tires, but I was on the bottom for most of the restarts, and you gotta use a lot more throttle control, and you spin a lot more on the bottom, in my opinion. So I was using a whole lot of tire to make it up there, and then when I made it up there, I think it was like 10 laps to go. It was telling me that and I ain't checked it yet, but it was telling me it was low. That I really don't never pay attention to the tires, but it come up and said something about the tires. I don't know. You guys might know what it says. And then after that, and then I had that damage. I think I just fell off there at the end. What's his name? He was gone. So I was like, I'm just trying to hold second.
Absolutely. Joy was hooked up here this evening in this one, but man, Yates, a good run and a good drive here as you park the 11 right up on the podium in position number 2. Who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here in this one?
I think my teammates, Tri-City Speed, all them guys over there, they hooked me up these real fast sets. Here lately I've been getting pretty fast these late models and stuff, so I appreciate all them guys. Appreciate Tommy for putting this on, man, and you for broadcasting it.
Absolutely, Shane. Well, we look forward to seeing you back out on the racetrack here in the future. Hopefully, we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth, maybe one spot better, and back up in victory lane yourself.
All right, man. See you.
Yeah, mister. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our second place finisher. Mr. Shane Yates coming home here in position number 2 as we do have our race winner, Christopher Joy, here in the broadcast booth as well. We're going to pull our race winner up here for his post-race interview. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for Christopher Joy as Joy picks up the checkered flag here in this one. Let's get him up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Christopher, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. Do you get a copy?
Yep, sure do.
Chris, man, what a run, what a race. We saw you right there quickly jumping into position number 2, and you hang there for so many laps, just cruising back there behind the 91 ride of Keith Hackney. You really didn't get a whole lot of opportunities to, run a good amount of green flag laps to try to hunt him down, and then late in this race, you're able to finally get the runs that you need down low, open up a gap there for you to get low and inside of the 91 ride. Unfortunately, a little bit of contact up the racetrack goes the 91 ride, ending Keith's night here this evening. Take us back through that contact and what was going through your mind as you were finally able to jump up and make a move to maybe take this lead away from him, and then the contact happens.
Well, I mean, me and him have history. Really just any of the House of Speed guys, they see me as a threat, so they usually like to gang up on me. And Hackney here, he's a fast dude. I have respect for him, but I mean, when you got a car inside, I didn't run him up the track. Then he turned right to make it look a lot worse than what it was. I mean, I knew I had faster cars. He was holding me up the entire race. Nothing intentional, but I mean, you got just a little bit of money on the line. I'm gonna throw it in there, but there's no need for that, Keith.
Absolutely, an unfortunate break there as took out the 91 ride, but good break for you as the admin saw it the right way there, and you're able to hang on to the top spot and run away with this one as that 32 machine was absolutely hooked up here all evening long. We were talking with Yates there about this track being so slick to start this race, 65 laps of race length, and man, that's a lot of laps on a slick racetrack, and these things seem to eat up tires really quickly. Were you getting worried there later on in this race that maybe that right rear was starting to get a little bit weaker, or were you pretty confident that you were going to be able to hang on all evening long here after you got around the 91 ride and keep these drivers back there at bay, even if there might have been a late race caution flag?
I mean, really the cautions helped. I honestly had 25% on the right rear, but I would have thought it was double that. I mean, I was still I really didn't notice any tire wear for the most part. When it gets this rubbered up, tires kind of go away, but there's just so much grip. You can have 0% tire left and still be pretty planted with these. They're one of my favorite car to drive, especially on a slick racetrack, and it just kind of shows.
Absolutely, as you were strong all evening long. The 32 run absolutely hooked up here this evening. Chris, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here today at Cedar Lake Speedway as you're able to pick up the checkered flag here in this one?
I just want to thank the guys over at Majula State Speed Shop. This was actually an old set from the VLR UMP race that they did, but obviously you guys made some changes to the weight in the car and everything, so had to just kind of throw something in on the fly because we definitely don't have any setups for that. But I gotta thank Fergie with CFM, Elliott's Custom Trailers in Warsaw, Indiana, Fatheads Eyewear, Drew Blaze for this paint, H and Sons Racing, and you guys for the broadcast and host and everything.
Absolutely, Chris. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on a great ride here as you park it up in Victory Lane at Cedar Lake Speedways. Congratulations on a great run, strong performance, and hopefully we'll see you back out here on the racetrack very shortly and right back up here in Victory Lane yourself.
Yep, thanks, sir.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our race winner, Christopher Joy, as Joy picks up the checkered flag here in this one. What a run, what a race, and what a drive there for that number 32 machine. As we'll get ready to pull in. Nope, Brett Condell. I see Brett up in the chat, though, says thanks for covering the race. Absolutely, Brett. Absolutely, my boy. Glad you, here showing the love up in the broadcast booth. Unfortunately, doesn't look like he's up here for a post-race interview, unfortunately. But man, what a run, what a race. Bit of caution flags, a little bit of mayhem there throughout the middle portion of it, but nonetheless, these guys put on a wicked show here for us, man. Right from the drop of the green flag right down to the bottom, man, these guys put on a great run. Big bro, little bro, how are you? I'm doing good, big bro, little bro. How are you? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're having yourself a good day. Tuning in over there on YouTube, man. It's a great show, a great event, and some great racing action right from the drop of the first green flag right down to the checkered flag. These guys put on a amazing race. Headset died. Oh no, Brett! The headset died. You got to make sure you keep that thing charged, or you got to have a cable for it or something at some point in time. You got to make sure you got the cable there ready to go, ready to rock and roll. We'll get you the next one, though, Brett. I mean, obviously, huge shout out to yourself with a great run, a great race here all evening long, right there inside the top 5. Duking it out there for a little while with Bryce Dickinson. We saw you get tied up there as Matthew Selby and everyone just kind of ran out of room up there on the backstretch, but you're able to survive that, keep the car pointing in the right direction, and keep on trucking there as you're able to come home with a solid third-place run. A good, strong run here for that number 93 ride. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in and watching some wicked racing here this evening. And thank you to all the drivers who came in and played and had some fun here this evening, even though I know there was the big race here tonight. You know, you got the the St. Louis race there, the Gateway Dirt Nationals going on, everything else. Everyone's tuning into that. Everyone's watching that. They're having some fun watching some real life racing down there at St. Louis right now. But everyone that came in, tuned in, showed some love here throughout the stream for some iRacing events. I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. But we're going to call it there on that note. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you guys all back here tomorrow. We got 3 big races tomorrow. 3 big races here tomorrow, and perfect. You did get the Discord link there, Chris. I'm glad you got that. Double checking everything else. My boy Johnny Ratley coming in with the like on the stream. I appreciate you, Johnny. Johnny coming in with the like as well. But yeah, we're going to call it there, chat. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see you guys all back here tomorrow. We got 3 big races to broadcast tomorrow evening. And hopefully we'll see you guys up here in the broadcast chilling, hanging out, watching some wicked racing action tomorrow night as well. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey man, pipe up. Tommy C. Yeah. heart spills, so I'm cleaning up a mess, yeah. Gotta go to church, feel the demons at my neck, yeah. When I'm on a pill, I be feeling like I'm blessed, it's a curse. When I'm on the drugs, I'm the worst, shawty. Tell me how it feels, tell me does it hurt. Tell me if it's wrong when I'm lifting up your shirt, shawty. Tell me if it's real, or would you leave me in the dirt? Money can't buy love, so shawty, tell me what I'm worth.
Yeah, baby, tell me what I'm worth. I cannot describe you in 100,000 words. I sat up all night just trying to write this fucking verse, but you running through my mind and I cannot even converse. So two roads diverge and they become each. We drank all night and walked to the convenience. Your hand in mine, neither ever speaking. Told me you love me, that shows meaning. And I know things are got it's so good. And if you wanna, we could roll. Get a one-way trip to the coast. But I got some shit to say, it's a toast.
My heart spills, so I'm cleaning up a mess, yeah. Gotta go to church, feel the demons at my neck, yeah. When I'm on a pill, I be feeling like I'm blessed, it's a curse. When I'm on the drugs, I'm the worst, shawty. Tell me how it feels, tell me does it hurt. Tell me if it's wrong when I'm lifting up your shirt, shawty. Tell me if it's real, or would you leave me in the dirt? Money can't buy love, so shawty, tell me what I'm worth. Tell me what you want, little shawty, I'ma bring it all to you. Want a brand new Mercedes, well baby, say hallelujah. And I said I'd never fall for another little trick, but the way you look at me, I'm about to take a risk. Tell me what I'm worth, shawty, even if it's nothing. Tell me if it hurts to be betrayed by your lover. I just wanna know, tell me how it feels. I just wanna know, shawty, is this really real? My heart spills, so I'm cleaning up a mess, yeah. Gotta go to church, feel the demons at my neck, yeah. When I'm on a pill, I be feeling like I'm blessed, it's a curse. When I'm on the drugs, I'm the worst, shawty. Tell me how it feels, tell me does it hurt. Tell me if it's wrong when I'm lifting up your shirt, shawty. Tell me if it's real, or would you leave me in the dirt? Money can't buy love, so shawty, tell me what I'm worth.
It's kinda like, I just want it to be over.
You can't take back what you said. I